Hello everyone and welcome back. Imagine holding a coin that shows the moment Abraham Lincoln became one of history's most powerful presidents. This isn't just a cent, it is a celebration of leadership, success, and the future of America. But wait, some rare professional life cents can sell for shocking prices today. Check your pocket change right now, maybe you are holding a small piece of presidential history worth real money. First, the 1943 steel wheat penny. America's famous World War II emergency coin. Made from steel instead of copper, this Denver issue is exploding in value when found with razor-sharp details or rare errors like doubled letters, or off-metal strikes a clean. 1943 steel cent can shock you with its price today. The year was 1943, and the entire world was deep inside the most violent and most destructive war in human history. The United States was fighting across oceans, fighting across continents, and fighting to protect freedom and stability. Every factory was running at full power, every material was counted, and every resource became a part of the war effort. Copper was one of the most important materials in that time, because copper was needed to create ammunition shells, electric wiring, communication devices, and many essential parts of military machinery. The demand for copper increased so dramatically that even the smallest quantity became valuable to the United States military. Because of this situation, the United States Mint made an extraordinary decision. Instead of creating the regular Lincoln wheat penny with copper, the Mint replaced the metal with low-carbon steel coated with zinc. This was a never-before-seen change in American coinage, and it resulted in one of the most iconic and visually unique coins ever made. That special coin was the 1943 steel wheat penny. This coin would later become a symbol of sacrifice, resourcefulness, and national unity during a time when every American contributed something to the war effort. The 1943 steel wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint. The design of the coin remained the same. The portrait of Abraham Lincoln created by Victor David Brenner remained on the front side. The wheat ears on the back side also stayed the same. But the metal, the shine, the touch, and the character of the coin completely changed. Instead of the warm reddish tone of copper, the coin displayed a bright silver-like appearance because of the zinc coating. When freshly minted, the coin looked almost like a small piece of polished silver. It reflected light with a sharp brightness that surprised many Americans who saw it for the first time. The coin was also magnetic, which made it different from all previous pennies. Because it was made of steel, it reacted to magnets, which copper pennies never did. Children across the country enjoyed playing with the new steel cents by moving them with magnets or placing them on metal surfaces. Many people even believed the coin contained actual silver because of its color, but that was not correct. It was simply steel with a thin protective layer of zinc. As these coins entered circulation, Americans instantly noticed the change. Shop owners, students, factory workers, farmers, soldiers, and homemakers all encountered the strange new penny. It felt lighter in the hand, it looked nothing like the coins used before, and it left a strong memory in the minds of those who lived during that era. Even today, older Americans who grew up during the war often recall the excitement of using the silver-colored steel penny for the first time. However, the new metal brought some challenges. The zinc layer could wear away, revealing the darker steel underneath, which could rust or spot easily. Many surviving coins today show these signs of aging. Some appear dark blue, some appear gray, some show patches of exposed steel, and some look almost completely dull. Coins that manage to keep their full zinc shine are rare and highly valued by collectors. These pieces display a mirror-like surface that reflects the moment they left the mint press more than 80 years ago. The 1943 steel wheat penny also became famous because of extremely rare errors connected to this year. A very small number of pennies from 1943 were accidentally struck using leftover bronze planchets from 1942. These bronze error coins are among the most famous and most valuable pieces in all of American numismatics. A genuine bronze 1943 penny can sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in some cases even more. The chance of discovering one creates excitement among collectors and treasure hunters all around the world. Even the regular 1943 steel penny holds importance because it represents a special moment in American history. It is not merely a metal disc. It tells the story of a nation under pressure, a nation fighting for survival, and a nation making sacrifices. It represents factories working day and night to support troops overseas. It represents families donating scrap metal, rubber, and other materials for the war effort. It represents the transformation of ordinary life during extraordinary times. When studying a 1943 D steel wheat penny, several details must be examined. A collector looks at the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait. The lines in the hair, the shape of the ear, the outline of the coat, the clarity of the date, and the strength of the D mint mark all matter. On the backside, the wheat ears, the lettering, and the overall strike quality are studied carefully. Since steel is a harder metal than copper, many coins show weaker strikes or loss of detail. Coins with strong full detail are more desirable. Collectors also examine the surface for rust, dark spots, or zinc loss. Some coins were cleaned by inexperienced owners, which sometimes damages the surface permanently. Natural original surfaces are always preferred because they preserve the true story of the coin. A well-preserved 1943 D steel penny offers a brilliant window into the past. Today, the 1943 D steel wheat penny remains one of the most famous coins in America. It is often the first special coin that beginners learn about. It appears in coin roll searches, in old jars, in inherited boxes, and in antique shops. Many people who find one feel a spark of excitement, because even though the coin may not be extremely rare in its regular form, it still carries emotional and historical weight. Holding a steel penny feels like holding a moment from the war years, a moment when every American played a part in the effort to restore peace. In the world of coin collecting, the steel cent stands as a symbol of ingenuity and adaptation. It shows how even a small piece of metal can tell a massive story. The 1943 D steel penny reminds us that history is not only written in textbooks. It is also written in the tiny objects we carry in our pockets. Each coin represents a decision, an event, and a truth about the past. The steel penny continues to inspire curiosity among students, researchers, historians, and collectors. It sparks discussions about wartime economics, military supply chains, and the powerful role of resources during global conflict. It teaches younger generations how war reshapes every part of life, even small things like the metal used for a penny. Because the story of this coin is so rich, it remains popular in documentaries, books, museum exhibits, and educational videos. Many experts use the steel penny to explain how the United States balanced civilian needs with military demands. It stands as proof of how a nation adapts during hardship. Even though the war ended long ago, the 1943 D steel wheat penny remains alive in the world of numismatics. It carries the echoes of factories, the footsteps of soldiers, the hopes of families, and the determination of a nation united for victory. That is why this coin will always have a special place in American history and in the hearts of collectors across the world. Next, the 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial Professional Life Cent celebrating Lincoln's time in Illinois. High-grade pieces, satin finishes, and rare die cracks from the 2009 issues are now trending fast among collectors, and some top-graded examples are selling for surprising amounts in 2025. Lincoln Bicentennial Cent Formative Years. This tiny coin tells the story of young Lincoln learning, growing, dreaming big. Who knew those early years would shape a legend? And guess what? Some formative year cents are selling for hundreds, even thousands, if they have the right errors. Before you spend your pennies, watch this video. One little detail could change everything. Next, the 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial Professional Life Cent celebrating Lincoln's time in Illinois. High-grade pieces, satin finishes, and rare die cracks from the 2009 issues are now trending fast among collectors, and some top-graded examples are selling for surprising amounts in 2025. The year was 2009, and the United States Mint prepared for one of the most important celebrations in modern American coin history. It was the 200th anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln, a figure so monumental that he stands as one of the greatest leaders the nation has ever known. To honor this moment, the Mint released a special set of 4 different reverse designs that together told the life story of Lincoln. One of these designs was the Professional Life Reverse, a coin that transports us directly to Springfield, Illinois, during the years when Lincoln was shaping his career, his identity, and his destiny. This coin captures a moment in his life when he had already built a strong reputation as a lawyer and as a respected member of the Illinois legislature. The design shows Lincoln standing tall in front of the old state capitol building. This was not just a random building. This was the very place where Lincoln debated, spoke, wrote, and developed the ideas that would later transform the entire nation. The pillars of the Capitol rise behind him, symbolizing stability, law, and the foundation of American democracy. The designer captured Lincoln in a posture of readiness, calmness, and dedication. He is shown with documents in his hand representing his legal work and his service to the public. The coin itself is more than a piece of metal. It is a chapter from Lincoln's life molded into copper-plated zinc. When you hold it, you hold the story of a young lawyer who fought through poverty, self-education, and countless challenges. You feel the weight of a man who would one day lead a divided country through its darkest conflict. The professional life sent does not show Lincoln as president. It does not show him giving the Gettysburg Address. It shows him before all of that, before the storms, before the tragedy, before the glory. It shows him in the quiet but powerful years when character was being forged. Collectors look at this coin with fascination because it is a symbol of history, education, and national pride. The obverse still holds the traditional portrait of Lincoln by Victor David Brenner, the same portrait that has been used since 1909. But the reverse transforms the coin into a miniature time capsule. Students, teachers, historians, and collectors treasure these bicentennial cents because each one tells a different chapter of Lincoln's journey from log cabin to national leadership. When examining the 2009 professional life cent, there are many details collectors pay attention to. First is the condition. A bright full red example with strong luster stands out. These coins were released in extremely large numbers, but high-grade coins, without scratches, spots, discoloration, or bag marks are always more desirable. A perfect satin finish example from a mint set has even more appeal because it displays crisp lines and a smooth, beautiful surface. Next is the strike. Well-struck coins show Lincoln-esque coat folds clearly. The building details appear sharp. The steps, pillars, and windows show full structural lines. The lettering stands out with clean edges. Even the texture of Lincoln's hair remains visible. Weak strikes are common in circulating examples, but strong, well-preserved pieces are special. Collectors also look for doubled die varieties. Although the professional life design does not have as many major doubled die varieties as some other years, there are small machine doubling examples and a few minor variations that specialists search for. These coins add excitement and challenge to the hunt. The story of this coin becomes more meaningful when you imagine the world in 2009. It was a year of economic recovery, a year of political change, a year when Americans were rethinking the past and looking toward the future. During this year, millions of these bicentennial cents entered circulation. People across the country found them in pocket change. Children discovered them during school projects. Families saved them in jars. Coin collectors searched for the sharpest examples. Everyday Americans unintentionally collected a piece of history without even knowing it. As time passes, these coins become more appreciated. The bicentennial designs were only created for 1 year. After that, the reverse changed to the shield design, which remains in use today. This makes the 2009 professional life cent a 1-year type coin, which means it holds lasting importance in the timeline of United States coinage. The coin also carries emotional value. It reminds us that greatness does not appear overnight. Lincoln spent years studying, arguing cases, teaching himself law, debating issues, shaping policy, and earning respect long before he ever became president. The professional life cent captures that essential truth. It teaches young people that success comes through hard work, patience, discipline, and strong moral values. Lincoln did not come from wealth. He did not have formal education. He built his life through reading, writing, thinking, and serving others. For people who love American history, this coin is a window to a time when the country was still young, still growing, still learning how to define its laws, principles, and identity. For coin collectors, it is a fascinating example of modern commemorative design. For everyday Americans, it is a reminder of courage, honesty, and leadership. Today, more than a decade after its release, the 2009 professional life cent continues to hold its place as a collectible treasure. High-grade pieces still appear in mint sets, auctions, and private collections. People still search rolls for sharp, red, uncirculated examples. Teachers still use the coin in classrooms to teach about Abraham Lincoln. Historians still praise the authenticity of the design. And collectors still celebrate its connection to one of the most important years in American numismatics. The coin will only grow more appreciated as time passes. Every generation finds new meaning in Lincoln's life, and every generation finds something inspiring about the story of a young lawyer becoming a national leader. The professional life scent will always carry that story. It will always carry that chapter. And it will always remind us that before leadership comes preparation, before greatness comes discipline, and before history comes human effort. Then comes the 2009 D. Lincoln formative years scent showing young Lincoln reading a book. This coin has some of the most famous modern errors: extra fingers, doubled thumbs, and strong die varieties, and collectors are willing to pay big if you find one of these. Wheat penny bronze. Bronze wheat pennies look simple until you discover how insanely valuable the rare ones are. A common scent, maybe. But certain dates and errors have made collectors go crazy. Check your jar, check your drawers, because one bronze wheat penny could bring a jackpot straight to your pocket. The year 2009 marked a turning point in modern American coinage. It became the year the United States Mint honored the 200th anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln, with 4 special reverse designs, each one telling a different chapter of his incredible life. One of the most memorable and emotionally powerful designs was the formative years design, released to remind the world of the boy who would become one of the greatest presidents America ever knew. The 2009 D. Lincoln Bicentennial formative years scent brings us back to the small town of Gentryville, Indiana. It takes us straight into the period between 1812 and 1830, when Lincoln was still a young boy and a teenager, shaping his character through hard work and relentless learning. The coin shows Lincoln sitting on a log, a book in one hand, a tool in the other. It symbolizes the balance between labor and learning. This design captures the essence of young Lincoln, a boy who worked on farms, chopped wood, cleared fields, and yet always found time to read by firelight, sharpen his mind, and feed his hunger for knowledge. Abraham Lincoln did not have formal schooling. He did not have tutors, wealthy parents, libraries, or special privileges. What he had was determination and a desire to learn. The image on this coin freezes that moment in time, when he built the foundation of everything he would later achieve. When people hold this coin, they are holding a reminder that greatness begins in quiet places, in small towns, in ordinary homes with humble beginnings. They are holding the spirit of a boy who believed that reading and self-education could change his destiny. The obverse of the coin carries the classic portrait of Lincoln by Victor David Brenner, used since 1909. But when you turn the coin over, the reverse opens a window to the past. The logs behind Lincoln represent frontier life. The axe beside him represents hard work. The book represents his passion for learning. Every detail on the design speaks of simplicity, determination, and character. It reminds collectors and everyday Americans that genius does not come from luxury, it comes from effort. This coin, minted in Denver, carries the D mint mark right beneath the date. Millions were produced, but collectors know that not all coins are created equal. The difference between a worn circulation coin and a bright red uncirculated specimen is huge. A flawless red example with strong luster stands out with incredible beauty. The details in Lincoln's face, hair, the folds of his shirt, and the texture of the log appear crisp and precise when the strike is strong. That sharpness is what collectors search rolls for. There are also special satin finish examples in mint sets that show the design with stunning clarity. These have a soft, glowing surface that reveals every detail exactly as the designer intended. They are a favorite among collectors who want the highest quality examples of this one-year type. The formative years scent also has a fascinating world of varieties. Several doubled die reverses exist, showing doubling on Lincoln's boots, fingers, or the book. Some examples have more dramatic doubling visible, even without magnification. These rare varieties are always exciting finds for collectors and can be worth far more than face value. Searching for them became a major activity in 2009 and remains popular today. But beyond value, beyond varieties, this coin holds historical meaning. The formative years scent was minted during a time when the nation was going through economic change and recovery. Many people found these commemorative coins in their pocket change. Children collected them in school. Families saved them in jars. Coin collectors bought entire boxes of rolls looking for high-grade examples. It was a moment when history entered everyday life. Lincoln's story in this coin still inspires people today. It teaches lessons about personal growth, responsibility, discipline, and determination. It teaches that education is not just about schools, but about curiosity. It teaches that the strongest leaders come from humble origins. It teaches that character is built long before success arrives. The formative years design freezes that message in metal, so future generations never forget it. This coin is important because it was only minted for 1 year. After 2009, the mint moved to the Union Shield reverse. That means the formative years coin is a permanent part of a limited 4 design series, making it a must-have for anyone interested in Lincoln history, modern coinage, or numismatic storytelling. It is a snapshot of a rare moment when the mint decided to tell a life story through art. People who collect this coin today admire it for different reasons. Some admire its historical value. Some love its inspiring message. Some search for rare double die varieties. Some simply enjoy the beauty of the design. Whatever the reason, this coin has a special place in American coin collecting history. As the years go by, the importance of the 2009 formative years cent only grows. The young boy on the coin continues to inspire new collectors, new students, new families, and new generations of Americans who want to understand where Lincoln came from and what shaped him. This coin will always remind us that greatness begins with learning, that success grows from humility, and that even the tallest leaders once sat on a wooden log holding a simple book under the frontier sky. And finally, the 1935 D wheat penny, a classic bronze cent from the Denver Mint. Early wheat pennies with strong strikes, clean rims, and mint state shine are rising sharply this year. A 1935 D with rare die varieties or full red luster can bring serious cash in today's market. Steel wheat penny WW2 steel cent. A coin made of steel. During World War II, every piece of copper was needed for battle, so America created the famous steel cent. And today, this wartime coin can be a life changer if you find a rare one. Don't blink, because a simple gray penny could be worth a fortune. Imagine holding a tiny piece of early American history right in your hand. A coin that survived the Great Depression, a coin that traveled through the pockets of farmers, soldiers, factory workers, and families during one of the hardest times in American history. That little coin is the 1935 D wheat penny struck in bronze at the Denver Mint. It may look simple, but the story behind it is anything but ordinary. Before plastic cards, before digital money, before modern coin machines, the humble Lincoln cent carried the weight of daily life. Every loaf of bread, every newspaper, every bus ride, every bag of groceries depended on these copper pieces. The 1935 D Lincoln wheat cent was among the coins that helped America rebuild and recover as the nation slowly climbed out of the economic crisis of the early 1930s. It is more than a cent. It is a survivor. When you look at the obverse of the coin, you see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His profile has appeared on the cent since 1909, but the 1930s versions have a special charm. The details often show a soft, deeper engraving, especially around the beard and hair. The D mint mark just below the date tells the story. It shows this coin was minted in Denver, in a year when the nation needed every bit of economic strength it could gather. Turn the coin over and the wheat ears appear bold and strong. 2 tall wheat stalks curve upward, framing the words 1 cent. These wheat ears symbolize prosperity, harvest, and hope. For collectors today, the wheat reverse represents an era of classic American design, when simplicity carried deep meaning. The motto E pluribus unum arches above, reminding the nation that out of many people comes one nation. It is a message that meant everything during the harsh 1930s, and it still means everything today. Bronze cents from this era were made of 95% copper with small amounts of tin and zinc. Their look changes over time. Some age into a deep chocolate brown. Some remain red-brown. A few extremely well-preserved coins still shine bright red, displaying their original breathtaking mint luster. The 1935 D wheat penny is no exception. In high grade with full red color, it stands out sharply against other wheat cents from the period. Collectors often look closely for sharp details in Lincoln's beard, the bow tie, the lines on the wheat ears, and the flat fields around the lettering. A strong strike from the Denver Mint shows crisp and raised wheat lines with little weakness. But many circulated heavily during the Depression era, meaning surviving high-grade pieces are much more difficult to find today. The 1935 D also comes with interesting die cracks, die chips, and small anomalies that collectors enjoy. Some coins show raised bumps near the mint mark. Some have tiny die breaks forming little blobs on the reverse. These imperfections, caused by aging dies, often become fun collectible varieties that sell for more than the standard value. Speaking of value, the 1935D wheat penny has a wide range. A heavily worn example may be worth only a few cents, but a sharp detail brown grade can reach several dollars. A red-brown specimen brings more, and a full red piece with strong luster certified at high mint state levels can command impressive prices, especially in MS66 and above. Some exceptional examples have sold for hundreds of dollars because collectors appreciate the difficulty of finding bright, flawless red survivors from this period. But its true worth goes beyond money. This coin captures a story. Imagine a young worker in Denver receiving this penny in his pay envelope when wages were low and every cent mattered. Imagine a child dropping it into a piggy bank hoping to save enough for a small treat. Imagine the long journey of this coin through diners, streetcars, farms, and factories. The people it met, the miles it traveled, the decades it survived. A 90-year legacy packed into a tiny bronze circle. Today, the 1935D wheat penny remains a favorite among collectors, especially those completing a full Lincoln Wheat series. It is common enough to find, but difficult enough in high grade to challenge collectors. It stands in the middle of the wheat penny era, bridging the world before World War II with the decades that would follow. It is a window into American life before television, before modern highways, before technology changed everything. Holding this coin today connects you directly with those past moments. With every detail, its color, its texture, its age, it silently tells the story of a country rebuilding with determination and hope. The 1935D wheat cent is more than a collectible. It is American history resting in your palm. Thank you for watching the entire video. You can tell us in the comments what we should make the next video about.